This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Harley Race.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
This is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans from around the corner and around the world, welcome to another installment of Wrestling Insiders. I'm Dan Murata here at MWF Studios just north of Boston in Melrose, Massachusetts, while John Cena Sr. is on assignment this summer. In this edition, let's check out Ring of Honor from July the 8th, 2015 from New York City on Destination America, the biggest episode of Ring of Honor to date, with it being the freshest footage being produced, knowing it was going to air on national cable television. Fans, you truly are our tag team partners in keeping the Millennium Wrestling Federation and Boston Wrestling alive, continuing to bring you a wide variety of great free content online and our action-packed live events featuring the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. You can make a welcome donation to us direct via PayPal using the email. WWE Network presents two huge live events, both featuring Brock Lesnar in the Squared Circle. Beast in the East, July 4th in Tokyo, Japan, as well as the Battleground pay-per-view Sunday night, July the 19th from St. Louis, Missouri, as Lesnar takes on the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins. The first time Lesnar will have had a chance to get his hands on Rollins since WrestleMania. If you haven't subscribed to the best value in professional wrestling media as of yet, click on the link below and watch it on any online platform. You can also help us by doing your shopping on Amazon.com and WWEshop.com using our links below. No matter what you buy, even non-wrestling items on Amazon, we get a small kickback for leading you their way, and it does not increase your purchase 1 single cent. It's a great way to help us out while doing your regular shopping. We have a great online campaign headed your way this summer as we begin our 14th anniversary celebration. We'd also be happy if you joined us by subscribing for free to our YouTube channel. We're starting to close in on 800 free videos for your viewing pleasure, and if you enjoy what you see, please share it with your friends, and more than anything, click the like button on YouTube so it'll showcase more of our giant library to more and more of your fellow professional wrestling fans. In a day and age when indie and underground are cool, let's make this as big as it can possibly get, fans. We got a lot of great content for fans anywhere in the world to enjoy on YouTube, as well as the BostonWrestling.com super site. Show open trying to present Lethal and Briscoe as an epic encounter from the pay-per-view June the 19th. I'm going to talk more about that at the end of this video as far as how all three companies have changed champions in recent weeks. Opening matchup saw Dalton Castle defeat Watanabe. Ring of Honor fans, don't hate me, as this match was fine, but it did nothing for me. Why aren't the announcers putting over who these guys are, what their backgrounds are, what their goals are? You could have inserted a pre-match soundbite or two. Dalton's gay gimmick is way beyond passé in 2015. I really like the above-the-ring camera shot. Post-match, Castle laid down on his two boys, saying that he was the only real man in Ring of Honor, which led to Silas Young coming out to the entranceway for 5 seconds before they cut to a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup commercial. No follow-up, no soundbite from Silas Young here or at any portion of the show. Next up, matchmaker Nigel McGuinness introduced Ring of Honor World Champion and TV Champion Jay Lethal. He was accompanied by his manager Truth Martini, Jay Diesel, and Donovan Dijak. Martini comes across to me as the worst stereotype of an indie wrestling manager that you'd ever see. What is he? What does he mean? After 6 episodes of Ring of Honor on Destination America, I have absolutely no idea. Lethal cut a quick heel promo. He was ready to leave the ring until McGuinness asked him which of his 2 championships was he ready to vacate. Angle here was that Lethal might have to defend both titles in the same night if he chooses to retain both championships. Lethal got really intense. He said he was keeping both titles, and he was willing to do it if he had to compete once or twice per live event. Next week, he's going to be defending the TV title on Destination America against Mark Briscoe, and then Lethal will defend the world title against Roderick Strong at Death Before Dishonor on Internet pay-per-view. Strong made his way out to the ring. I really like what I've seen of him in the ring so far. Strong made the point that he's walking out with the gold on July the 24th. Again, quick cut to the break as soon as the sentence came out of his mouth, but it was a really good job of putting both championships over is something that are very important. The main event, Michael Elgin and Red Dragon defeated the Kingdom in a 6-man tag. Maria alluded to problems within the Kingdom faction from the pay-per-view in a pre-match promo. No one explained what the hell the problems were, whether it be through video highlights, photos, or a description from the announcers or Maria. Got to say this, Maria is about 8 million times more effective here than she was in any capacity in the way WWE used her, and that's always a good thing, to see talent excel outside of the WWE environment. Last time we saw the Kingdom on TV, they were battling Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson of the Bullet Club from their Toronto live events. They battled to a double DQ there. They threw the referee around. They were fighting over Maria. And it just seems like the angle was dropped. I don't know if it was continued on the pay-per-view, but the announcers didn't mention it, and the wrestlers didn't mention it. So again, why was that supposed to be important, and why is this supposed to be important now, other than teasing some dissension? This was an action-packed 6-man. Had Bobby Fish and Matt Taven here in the Millennium Wrestling Federation. Michael Elgin almost killed Taven with a couple of outstanding power moves. They went over for the win. Adam Cole seemed to break away a little from the Kingdom here. He actually complied with the code of honor, shaking hands, and went to the locker room himself as Taven, Bennett, and Maria looked on. Solid hour of ROH TV once again, fans. You had some great wrestling. You had a great presentation of what their TV and World Championships are, but I don't know enough about these wrestlers. Ring of Honor is doing nothing to try and get the wrestlers over. Are you excited about a Jay Lethal and Mark Briscoe match next week? Granted, the Briscoes and Lethal have had issues, apparently, from the 6 weeks of Destination America TV as is, but why didn't they try and push the Briscoe and Lethal match even more next week? What about a quick promo from Briscoe? 30 seconds. They couldn't insert a 30-second promo to try and make that main event next week mean even more. I would have liked to have seen that. Did they do enough to make you want to invest your time and money in Death Before Dishonor on Internet pay-per-view the end of the month? To me, the answer is no. I'm sure your opinion may be different than mine. I'm sure there's a lot of fans that thought this was great. And as far as wrestling goes, the matches they had on TV were fine. There was nothing bad about them. They just didn't do anything to make me really all that excited about more Ring of Honor, and that should be the goal each week, to get the fans excited about next week. And I don't know enough about the Lethal and Briscoe feud to get me excited from the 6 episodes that they've presented on Destination America. They've failed so far as trying to create new fans, in my opinion. I think diehard wrestling fans that are going to watch it already know what it is and are going to go out of their way to see it each week. I don't know if they're pulling in new fans from TNA and even NXT or even Lucha Underground for folks that get that. We don't get Lucha Underground here in the Boston area, which is a disappointment, as I'd love to be watching that and reviewing it too. Again, got a pat Ring of Honor on the back. They have some great athletes, some great in-ring action. Just got to do more to get the actual professional wrestlers over, their storylines and angles over. And isn't it something that all 3 of the major players in the Wednesday Night Wars had their titles change hands between June 19th and July the 4th? Who had the best execution as far as the title changes went? NXT upped its ante big time by having the title switch take place outside of Full Sail University and put it on Finn Balor in Tokyo, which made for an emotional moment that's going to stick with the fans and resonate in their brains. You had WWE Hall of Famer Tatsumi Fujinami come out to the ring to congratulate Balor. Then you had a pre-tape in the locker room where John Cena, the face of WWE, came over to Finn and put him over. It doesn't get much better than that, folks. TNA built up Ethan Carter III close to perfection since his debut in the fall of 2013, finally beating one of the greatest athletes of our wrestling generation in Kurt Angle. You can say what you want about TNA, their booking, their creative, their nonsense, and so on and so forth, but you cannot fault them on anything they've done with Ethan Carter. They followed up the championship win by giving Carter a near 2-hour platform on Impact to get himself over as an even stronger heel this week. Aunt Dixie came out to try and take some of the wind out of his sails as she's going babyface, but Ethan Carter has turned into one hell of a heel. I think he's the right guy at the right time, which is always a great thing. It's up to TNA to continue smooth sailing for EC3. And then Ring of Honor, man, they dropped the ball on this one. I understand the position they were in as far as program airing on Destination America last minute. I'm from Boston, so this is my first chance to watch the product on TV. I'm not a historian. I'm looking at it as a wrestling fan watching this for the past 6 weeks out of nowhere. They called Briscoe and Lethal the biggest match in company history, and they did next to nothing on national television to make it seem that special. In a day and age when you have the internet and Twitter and Facebook, they waited 19 days to announce who the winner was on TV. Whether Destination America or Ring of Honor made the decision to air the shows they did the past 2 weeks on June the 25th and July 1st, it was a bad decision that did not help the company at all as far as building up its top star. That's just my opinion. I've always been a big fan of Jay Lethal's. He competed here in the Millennium Wrestling Federation from 2007 through 2011. He was our TV champion, but he needs to be presented far better on Ring of Honor television to fit the role they want to portray him as. Again, that's just one man's opinion. Would love to hear your thoughts on Ring of Honor TV this week. Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section below. Don't forget to check out our TNA and NXT Wednesday Night War videos this week, along with nearly 800 other free videos on our YouTube channel for your enjoyment. Till we speak again, fans, you and yours, be well.